Howdy folks, a short while ago I released a video discussing some of the negatives and things I dislike about the current state of War Brokers. While it's important to address the game's flaws and offer constructive criticism, I really didn't want to leave you all hanging on a sour note. That's exactly why I'm creating this follow-up video. Today I wanted to flip the script and talk about the positives. I'm going to dive into a few key reasons why I genuinely still love War Brokers and highlight some of the unique qualities this game offers that you just don't see very often in the modern multiplayer landscape. Let's kick things off with something that a lot of people tend to overlook: the incredible hardware accessibility of War Brokers. From day one, it's clear that this game was designed with older, less powerful machines in mind. You can boot up this game and have fun on an aging Mac, a Chromebook, or a budget laptop that would choke on modern AAA titles. Furthermore, I actually converted one of my laptops to Linux recently, and was thrilled to find that War Brokers ran absolutely perfectly. I don't know about you, but it feels like most games today are caught up in an endless cycle of demanding better and better hardware just to achieve a playable frame rate with a decent experience. Sure, having a top-of-the-line PC will always give you a slight edge with higher frame rates and lower input lag, but relative to other competitive shooters, the hardware gap in War Brokers is remarkably small. It levels the playing field in a way that allows almost anyone with a basic internet connection and a computer to jump in and have fun. Moving on to the community, another massive reason I keep coming back to War Brokers is just how surprisingly non-toxic it is. Now, let's be real, it's the internet, so there are always going to be a few toxic or rude players sprinkled into the lobbies. However, whenever I play War Brokers on a regular basis, the overwhelming majority of my matches are genuinely pleasant. I rarely experience the heavy, exhausting toxicity that seems to plague so many other multiplayer shooters. To give you a point of comparison, outside of War Brokers, I also play a fair bit of War Thunder. And while I enjoy that game, far too often I log in to see people being incredibly toxic, arguing, or even dropping outright slurs in the global chat. That kind of hostility just isn't needed or appreciated when all you're trying to do is unwind. At the end of the day, I just want to play the game, maybe talk to my teammates about strategy, and have a good time. War Brokers largely avoids this community problem. The chat is usually filled with GGs, new players asking for tips, or people just goofing around. It creates a much more welcoming environment, especially for beginners who might otherwise get bullied out of a new game. Speaking of War Thunder, playing that game actually made me realize just how much I appreciate that War Brokers doesn't have a pay-to-win model, nor does it have a massive, punishing grind wall for new players. When you boot up War Brokers, you have instant access to all the guns, all the vehicles, and all the maps right out of the gate. You don't have to spend dozens of hours grinding a specific point currency just to unlock a competitive weapon or a usable vehicle. Obviously, I expect the developers to have some way to make money and keep the servers running. They do this through the base Steam purchase and a cosmetic store, which is completely standard and fair practice. But the crucial difference is that anyone can drop into a match and have the exact same gameplay advantage as a player who has been playing for 5 years. The only things separating you from a veteran player are map knowledge, game sense, and raw skill. You can't buy a better gun, you can't buy more health, and you can't pay your way to a victory. In an industry that is increasingly dominated by microtransactions, loot boxes, and battle passes that withhold gameplay affecting items, War Brokers respects your time and keeps the competitive integrity intact. Finally, for an indie game of this size, I really have to applaud the level of documentation and community resources available. The War Brokers wiki staff and its dedicated members have been doing an absolutely stellar job of keeping the wiki up to date, comprehensive, and highly relevant. I don't know exactly how many of you regularly consult the wiki for your knowledge, but whether you are a brand new player or a veteran, it is a phenomenal resource. It's rare to see an indie game with such a well-maintained, community-driven knowledge base. It shows that the player base cares enough to document the game, and it provides a great pathway for players to actively learn and get better at the game, rather than just stumbling through it blindly. So, while War Brokers certainly isn't perfect, as I mentioned in my last video, it still holds a very special place in my Steam library. Its accessibility, welcoming community, fair monetization, and great documentation make it a truly unique title. That's it for the video. Please be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel for more War Brokers content, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.